Okay, so for the first part of getting the white wire that I talked about in the instructions to the back of these headlights, you're gonna have to run a wire all the way from the brake pedal sensor, I call it a sensor, just the switch that's attached to your brake pedal for the lights. You'll be cutting off and splicing into that and running that down through here underneath the carpet. So all you'll have to do is take this piece off, and then I ran it all the way through back here and then went into the there's a spot on the side where all your other wires run to the back where your brake lights are, and I'll be showing that here pretty soon. But first of all, you just want to kind of generally lay out your amount of wire from the brake pedal, run it up through here. I ran mine up behind the carpet all the way through here, comes out somewhere about here, and then comes out through here and runs all the way to this tail height. So if I had to guess, somewhere around like 10 to 12 feet or so, just to give you enough room to work with it and run it through and whatnot. So first I'll show you where to go into for this brake sensor here. So I'm not sure, let me see if I can turn on, get a flashlight on so you can see. So first thing we're going to be doing, okay, for the white wire, you'll just plug into this brake sensor right here. So you can see this right here. You'll see the heat shrink on that. You'll just disconnect this and then it'll be easier to get to. But yeah, and then the little copper part is the wire that I did cut. There's no power going to it, so I just left it the way it was. Now that I'm looking at it now, I would probably go back and cover that up, just because not good practice to leave a wire like that out. The orange is your power. As soon as you press the brake, it's sending the power through the sensor into the white wire, and so you just want that white wire to be on a singular wire instead of that going into your high power for your brake light turn signal wire. So that essentially just turns your high power wire to your brake light into a blinker only, not a brake and blinker. So yep, just cut into that and then run that wire all the way down. I ran it through here. If you can see the white wire right there. There's two of them. It's the whiter of the white wires right there. And down into the kick panel. Let me get out of here. And so it runs down into the kick panel, underneath the carpet, and through the other spot I showed earlier. And then for back here, we'll go on a little journey. Get back in here. Let's remove the speaker. Back. And then pull this away. You see that you have this little guy. So this is your harness for where your brake lights and signal wires and stuff like that all go to the back of the car. There's through this. There's like a little antenna thing going back there too. I just poked a hole next to the antenna wire and then just ran it through, and then having all that extra wire is important so you can just run it all through and then get underneath the car and pull the rest of it that you need out, and then call it a day for what you got to do inside the car. Looks complicated, but it's really not. It's just a bunch of things running together on camera. So we'll start with the outside headlight first. Okay, so this is the one that goes on the far driver side of it, right? So this used to be the brake light, the tail light, and the blinker. So this one right here, just the normal tail light, we don't need that anymore. So cut that off, cap it off, call it done. Could cut all the way down here, but I wanted to leave it to be where I could make it original if I wanted to again. Then this one out here is your ground. Out here, it runs this black wire. This car's been painted before, so these obviously were not taken out when it was painted. And then you can see this yellow right here runs to this white wire that's spliced in it here. So we'll go where that white wire comes from here soon enough. Okay, so that's about it for that one. I have an LED in there, which is a pretty nice projector bulb. Next is the other one. This is what used to be the reverse light, okay? So different bulb, but same concept. So the red one, the green one right here just splices into the white wire. The white wire is all the same 12 volts, whatever it might be. And then here's your ground. Okay, so now we'll get into these right here, okay? So pretty self-explanatory. This yellow gets plugged right into the yellow wire right here that was on your harness, this one, okay? So this yellow right here used to be part of this yellow one on the far driver's side taillight brake light. Okay, and then next one, we'll just go to the blue. This blue used to be the green wire on your reverse light. This is what activates your green wire. So it runs all the way up to here, and this is that green wire. All the way from here, and it's spliced in up here. It's very hard to see, but this is the green wire right up here, and there's a little sliver of green you can see. It's not painted. Okay, and then next is your red wire, which is just your taillight. So your taillight is into that brown wire right here that you cut off. That's not being used anymore. So you're just gonna take these two red wires right here that are used to go to that one on the far driver's side, and you'll splice both of these red wires into this brown one. Okay, and then your black one, just find you a ground, tap into it, and call it done. You could have done it on the frame if you wanted to, but I just chose to keep it on the wiring harness since I have plenty of those other splices. And this one's pretty simple. This one goes to the far driver's side right here. And this is just the normal taillight, and then both spliced into the same ground right here. So this is the far taillight for this one over here, and then this one with all your functions in it are the one that's still on the driver's side, but on the inside of the driver's side. So, yep, there you go.